Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. So my apartment is a hot mess right now. There's no other way for me to, put that. Today we're gonna go ahead and declutter and clean my apartment. First things first, I haven't had any caffeine for the day, so I figured I would show you guys my matcha. I only have culinary matcha right now. My ceremonial ran out, but if you guys have any good ceremonial brands that you recommend, definitely let me know. This is my little matcha setup. It's pretty nasty, so let's go ahead and clean up this little area first, and then I will make my matcha. To start off, I want to give my appliances a nice rub down with some cleanser. They really needed it. They've been sitting there for way too long. I don't remember the last time we cleaned the inside of this Keurig, so I gave this Keurig a nice little rub down. When I moved all the appliances, I made sure to wipe the countertops, and then I saw a lot of splashes on the wall itself, so I went in with this wall cleaner and some bleach, and now it looks so much better. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I apologize in advance if it goes too much out of volume. This Keurig has like a little mixing thing. There's a whisk in the center of this and you basically just fill it up. This is my matcha. Like I told you guys before, it is culinary grade because I believe this was at like Whole Foods or something like that. It says on the back for traditional, 1 gram of matcha and then whisk with 2 ounces of hot water. Because I'm mixing it with protein powder, I found that I need double the amount of matcha than I normally use. There's a latte line in here and I just fill it up to that. We are going to just do our 2 teaspoons, and I just pop it in there, and 2. This is what it's look like. Ooh, that's kind of hard to show you guys. And then I just put the little lid on top, and then I put it on my matcha stir. Do I want to do it hot or cold? Let's do cold. And hit cold latte, and it just stirs it for me. This was one of the things we got for our wedding, so if you bought this, thank you. We use it all the time. Now that my matcha is all nice and stirred, I'm gonna put some ice cubes into a mason jar. I don't have really fancy ice cubes. I really suck at the aesthetic thing. That's why I never make vlogs and stuff, because my life is just genuinely not aesthetic. I'm just alive, you know? Okay, get some ice cubes in there. I like a lot of ice cubes. It's my jam. And then I'm just going to pour my matcha on top of the cubies. Looks delicious already. I cannot wait. I'm just gonna rinse this little thing out so I could do the protein shake next. Next, we're just gonna do a really quick protein mix. 2 scoops of the whey protein. I like this one because it kind of tastes like cake, to be honest. Am I gonna use the almond milk today? Yeah, I'm not gonna use almond milk. For some reason, I really like my protein powder with just water. I think it tastes better. So I'm gonna fill it to this lower cappuccino level. Is that the right amount of liquid? No clue, but it's gonna even out to be fine. My matcha latte is absolutely delicious, but like, I kind of go based on vibes, you know? So we're gonna do 2 scoops on top of that cappuccino water. 2 scoops. That's what it's looking like, very chunky. And that's what this little lid is for, because it's gonna poof everywhere. So again, cold setting is on latte. And like everything else for this tutorial, I just stir based on vibes. Once it seems like it is completely mixed, I believe it is. Okay, so looks pretty good to me. Looks smooth, ooh, la la. So now I'm just gonna add in non-fat Greek yogurt. So this is probably 2 normal people scoops, but this is 1 Asia scoop. This is ASMR. Back on the thingy. I really need this protein. I haven't eaten or drank any coffee all morning, and this is too much for me. It is a pretty like slushy like mix, right? But we need some honey and we need some vanilla. So this is the vanilla I use. It is the bourbon vanilla bean paste from Trader Joe's, because I am a basic hoe who loves Trader Joe's. And this is the end of this bean paste. I have a whole new one. You see it right there waiting for me, but I'm gonna get all of this out. So I'm just gonna eyeball how much I'm pouring in here. Oh yeah, that was a good amount. Okay, that was more than enough. Honestly, I might still keep it. I feel like I can finesse some out of here. This stuff is super expensive, so that's why I'm being like super cheap. And then a few droplets of honey, not too much, because the protein powder is super duper sweet anyway. I like it when my matcha tastes like a walk in the park, not me eating grass, you know? And 1 more mix, and then we are gonna pour it on top of our matcha. It's waiting to join the party. Perfect. I'm gonna try that whole spoon thing to see if I can get it to layer perfectly. I've been trying to practice this, but I'm not really good at it, so. Am I doing it? No, not at all. I feel like it requires more patience than I have. Is this aesthetically pleasing? Kinda, sorta. Everything is coming together now. Matcha deliciousness. I'm so excited for my matcha. The vanilla bean paste is what really sets it off. Now that I have my protein and now that I have my energy, it is time to move on to my first little hobby that creates an epic mess in my apartment, okay? And that is plants. I am a plant mom. I wouldn't say I excel at basically any of my hobbies. I kind of just like go for it and hope for the best. So if you see one and it looks like it's struggling and it's dying, feel free to give me some advice. Welcome to my plant corner. I have a variety of different plants in this little corner. I forgot what most of these plants are called, but these are my babies. They just like drip dirt and stuff like that. So we're just gonna really quickly clean up this little area. Taking care of my plants is a never-ending battle. So first I started off with just sweeping. I feel like there's always dirt in this little corner. I had to adjust my lights and I had to do a little bit of pruning, specifically of my basil plants. I sprayed them with a little neem oil so they were looking kind of like crispy from me doing that, but they are slowly but surely coming back. These are my cactuses and my air plants. I ended up moving a few of my plants around from a different plant corner. And this is just a little peek of how my plants look. Really the biggest difference in the little plant corner is making sure everything is nice and tidy. I typically water my plants on Mondays, so they're gonna get watered tomorrow. Okay, so I did a little outfit change because now it is time to tackle these dishes and get my kitchen together and get my living room together. Also, we have a surprise for the day. My husband had an appointment today for acting class and it was canceled, so now he has been promoted to my helper.
You are now one of my elite employees.
Come over here, dear. This is my husband.
Hello, my name is Akil.
So I've come up with a little list because that's who I am as a person. Akil has his list and I have mine. And we're gonna get this crack-a-lackin'. The first task that I decided to tackle was the dishes. These dishes needed to be done so stinking bad. I was so excited to do them actually. And then Akil went ahead and wiped down our cabinets. Our kitchen needed to be wiped down from head to toe. I'm so thankful that he did this. Then I went ahead and wiped down the countertops and loaded the dishwasher. I had a bunch of clothes that I needed to go through from my old clothing store. I have donated a bunch of clothing in the past, but I needed to get rid of these last few boxes of clothing because we hope to move pretty soon. And I felt like it was a good time to get rid of this because of the recent fires. So we are finally moving in the right direction. Akil, he only looked at me like he hated me once during this entire process. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to Goodwill. And then after we go to Goodwill, we're gonna go to get Mediterranean. And although I had good intentions, we actually didn't make it to Goodwill because it was actually closed this day. So instead we headed over to Eagle Rock and we went to B. Wallace. This place is an all vegan restaurant and it's absolutely delicious. We had these mozzarella sticks and the cheese was kind of freaking me out because it was so cheese-like and it tastes so good. I ended up getting the falafel and Akil got the falafel burger, but honestly, everything from this restaurant is absolutely amazing. When we got home, I finished cleaning up the kitchen and this is what everything looks like. It just looks so much better, doesn't it, guys? Well, you guys don't know what it looked like because I couldn't show you. I couldn't out myself like that, but trust me, it looks a lot better. And we even wiped down our appliances. The appliances needed love. Oh my goodness. I don't even remember the last time that these timers were correct, so I am doing so much better than I was a few weeks ago. I lit a candle and then I had to clean this office. I couldn't even film this for you guys. It was that bad and I was so behind schedule, but it looks so much better now. This is the end of day one. I'm exhausted. I think I've achieved enough for today. I think I feel a little bit better. Sometimes when my space is a little bit too cluttered, it kind of represents how I feel in my brain, you know? I have a lot of things going on. When you clean, it's kind of like you are appreciating the things that are around you. And I don't know if that sounds a little bit dramatic, but that's how I feel when I'm cleaning and like wiping off surfaces. There's something kind of therapeutic about cleaning your space and lighting those candles at the end of your whole cleaning ritual. And I can definitely say that after this cleaning ritual, I feel so much better. And hopefully I can carry that into my week. So I hope that you guys like this little glimpse into a day in my life. I really needed to get this spring cleaning done. Thank you so much if you made it this far in this video. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.